Hi, I almost didn't film this video today um, because the devil doesn't want me to. He'll use moods, he'll use stuff you got to do today, um, stupid reasons for you to not do what you need to do, stupid excuses. And that's what was happening with me. I was like, I don't feel like putting on makeup this early to do a video. Why do I even need makeup to do a video? I just want to look decent, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're in the book of Proverbs. Welcome to the Word in the Raw, by the way. My name is Jen, and we're in the book of Proverbs, and there's a lot of repetition in Proverbs. It's kind of poetic and full of wisdom, but a lot of repetition. And a part of me was like, well, what am I going to say about chapter 15 in Proverbs? It's the same thing as the stuff before. It's the same, but they tweak it a little bit each chapter. One thing that is very clear, that's just like bright light in my face, is that Proverbs talks a lot about the mouth and words and our tongue. I know I keep repeating this over, but they keep repeating it over. Solomon or the other wise teachers that wrote this. So much about lips and tongue, and words are just powerful as heck. They could lift us up or they could tear us the hell down. And, words is, how we sell stuff and survive. It's how politicians get the better of us for one way or the other, for better or for worse. Words are powerful. So on that note, I just want to let you know that Word in the Raw is very basic. It's just me reading the Bible. I know that doesn't sound really exciting, but what I'm trying to do is help people see that the Bible is approachable, that they could approach their Bible, they could open it and just read it. Slow down, take a deep breath, read it, don't rush yourself, and just see what you get out of it. It's not as hard to understand as we think it is. So Word in the Raw is just that, unfiltered, unrefined. It's very simple. I'm not a Bible scholar. I'm not a preacher, reverend, ordained minister, apostle, prophet, spiritual guru, none of that stuff. I'm just a girl who wants to get into the Word today. And I'm choosing to bring you with me. And, quite honestly, we're a country at war now. And I think everybody needs as much wisdom as they could possibly get right now, because all of us are in a state of opposition, defensiveness, division. And there's a lot of violence going on in the world, and we need wisdom like we need food, I think, right now. We need wisdom like we need water. And on that note, let's go to chapter 15 of the book of Proverbs. No, wait a minute. Hold on. Is it 15? Yeah, it's 15. For a minute, I thought it was 16, but yeah, it's 15. A gentle answer turns away wrath. Like I said before, honey could convince more than vinegar, right? A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Ain't that the truth? The tongue of the wise adorns knowledge. The tongue of the wise adorns knowledge, but the mouth of the fool gushes folly. Wouldn't you rather adorn something than gush something? It's like adorn just seems so reverent and so fancy and so, I don't know, decent. But anything that gushes something, it's kind of like, ooh, gushing. They use these words for reasons. They use it to get into our heads in a good way. The eyes of the Lord are everywhere. Verse 3, the eyes of the Lord are everywhere. You ever think that God's just too busy to hear you? Like, oh, he's probably helping, you know, Jane Doe, the drug addict over there, and, somebody else over there. How could he have time? Well, he's omnipresent. He sees everything. He hears everything. He created everything. It's beyond what our brain could comprehend. We can't cover everybody, but he can. Okay? The eyes of the Lord are everywhere, keeping watch on the wicked and the good. The soothing tongue, the soothing tongue is a tree of life, but a perverse tongue crushes the spirit. A fool spurns a parent's discipline, but whoever heeds correction shows prudence. Nobody likes correction, but I'll be damned if it's not something that we need to be able to endure at times. Makes us better, I think. If we're open to it, that is. Verse 6, the house of the righteous contains great treasure, but the income of the wicked brings ruin. The lips of the wise spread knowledge, but the hearts of fools are not upright. The Lord detests the sacrifice of the wicked, but the prayer of the upright pleases him. The Lord detests the way of the wicked, but he loves those who pursue righteousness. Stern discipline awaits anyone who leaves the path. The one who hates correction will die. Death and destruction lie open before the Lord. How much more do human hearts? So he knows all our secrets. You ever do something in secret and you think, oh, thank God nobody sees me? Well, somebody does. Anyway, verse 12, mockers resent a correction, so they avoid the wise. A happy heart makes the face cheerful, but heartache crushes the spirit. The discerning heart seeks knowledge, but the what? The mouth of a fool feeds on folly. All the days of the oppressed are wretched, but the cheerful heart has a continual feast. Verse 16, better a little with the fear of the Lord than great wealth with turmoil. Better a small serving of vegetables with love than a fattened calf with hatred. Better a small serving of vegetables with love than a fattened calf with hatred. That's true. And the opposite is true. People think that, vegetarianism, veganism is, more healthy. Some people think that, healthier than eating meat. But if you have hatred, if you're like in a pool of hatred, knee deep in it, eating all these pure foods and vegetables, what good is that going to do if you're just consumed with anger and hatred? You might as well eat red meat and chocolate and sugar and be happy, Anyway, I'm not endorsing sugar, by the way. I'm just trying to illustrate a point here. Sugar's the enemy. Yeah, I think sugar's of the devil, but that's a whole other video. Verse 18, a hot-tempered person stirs up conflict, but the one who is patient calms a quarrel. The way of the sluggard is blocked with thorns, but the path of the upright is a highway. A wise son brings joy to his father, but a foolish man despises his mother. A foolish man despises his mother. Girls out there, you always got to look how a man treats his mom or how he feels about his mom. If he don't like his mom, you better run. Anyway, folly brings joy to one who has no sense, but whoever has understanding keeps a straight course. Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. That's true. All right. I'm actually planning a trip right now with some family members, and it's a big trip, and it does need planning and many advisors for it to succeed, I'll tell you that. Verse 23, a person finds joy in giving an apt reply, and how good is a timely word. The path of life leads upward for the prudent to keep them from going down to the realm of the dead. The Lord tears down the house of the proud, but he sets the widow's boundary stones in place. He sets the widow's boundary stones in place. I wonder what it says about that. In ancient times, boundary stones marked a person's property. Anyone who moved such a stone was, in effect, stealing land. Okay. Learn something new every day. Verse 26, the Lord detests the thoughts of the wicked, but gracious words are pure in his sight. There's the words again. 27, the greedy bring ruin to their households, but the one who hates bribes will live. The heart of the righteous weighs its answers, but the mouth of the wicked gushes evil. There's that gushing word again. They differentiate between the heart and the mouth. They usually put the heart in with righteousness and the mouth in with wickedness, so far in Proverbs. The Lord is far from wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. Light in a messenger's eyes brings joy to the heart, and good news gives health to the bones. Whoever heeds life-giving correction will be at home among the wise. Those who disregard discipline despise themselves. So you better get exercising out there, or you're despising yourself. Get up, move, do it. But the one who heeds correction gains understanding. Verse 33, wisdom's instruction is to fear the Lord, and humility comes before honor. So you see how it is in the repetition, with Proverbs. It's kind of the same, but different, That's just kind of how they wanted to teach us this wisdom in a very poetic way, a very repetitive way. But I think it's something we need. Like I said, we need it injected into our veins like electrolytes, like water, like food, to save our asses, really. I'm hoping and praying that we're not embarking on World War III. It's hard to give an opinion, and that's really not what this channel's about. This channel is about healing through the Word of God, healing through the Bible, and that's what we're going to do. And we're going to try to be as wise as we can and be as peaceful as we can. I think we serve a God of peace, and we need to be the embodiment of that peace. And that's how we can change the world, one person at a time, being peaceful, loving, gentle, not defensive all the time. Because the more we're defensive, the more the other person's the enemy. And you can see where that's gotten us, right? Okay. So anyway, thanks for tuning into The Word and the Raw. I appreciate it. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will be back tomorrow for chapter 16 of Proverbs. And I'll give you a little preview. To humans belong the plans of the heart, but from the Lord comes the proper answer of the tongue. I can't speak anything to that. So anyway, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Come back to The Word and the Raw tomorrow. I appreciate you. You have a great day. Bye.